Welcome to Megapath Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today let's talk Captain America Civil War. Now, this is going to come from a guy who, I, like many of you my age, read the comics when I was little, but around like 11 years old, maybe 12 years old, I haven't touched them since. Read about these characters, the Avengers, X-Men, and everything like that, and then when they started doing the movies, the Avengers came out and it was good, but I didn't follow it after that. Like Age of Ultron, I didn't even watch that yet. Didn't get around to that. I liked them, but it wasn't my cup of tea because I felt a lot of the suspense was taken out of it because they're superheroes. You know what I'm saying? They're always going to save the day, and none of them are ever in real trouble. But with that said, I liked them for what they were. I always said that as my daughter gets a little older, if she's into them, that will be fun. Those will be fun movies we can always go back and watch. However, with Captain America Civil War, they were showing a lot of trailers and cuts, little clips, and I think in the long run they released way too much, because I know on one website specifically they were showing little 20-second cuts of behind the scenes and how they were filming it, and to be honest, some of that looked better than in the movie. But the movie was damn near one of the best, I think the best, my all-time favorite, anything I've ever seen Marvel do. Again, keep in mind, I haven't seen Winter Soldier, I've seen the first Captain America, seen the first Thor, the first Avengers. I pretty much stopped after the first of each, and I know that's probably not going to sound good, but my daughter, I decided to have a daddy-daughter day, and there wasn't anything in theaters. She already saw The Jungle Book, so I'm like, Juliet, do you want to go see Captain America? And she's like, yeah, let's do it. So we went to see that, and I was blown away by how much I just enjoyed the hell out of this movie. It was very enjoyable. And I'm going to throw this in here real quick. They picked, I think, the best Spider-Man, in my opinion. I think this is the best on-screen representation of Spider-Man there ever has been. He was perfect. He nailed it. And I know a lot of people might... I've heard a few people saying that, it's a younger Spider-Man and he holds his own, whatever. He does hold his own, but you have to keep in mind, when they first show him, he stops a moving car that's going 60 miles an hour or some shit like that. I don't know how fast it was going, I don't remember, but a moving vehicle, they show a clip and he's just bloom, picks the car up, or maybe it was a truck or something like that. So you got to understand, even though he's a young kid, he has these powers. So, but I don't want to beat that to death. I just think the Spider-Man element was very refreshing. Parts of it felt like, okay, this is where they pieced this into the movie, because it's not that big of a role. It's pretty small, but it's pretty action packed. So I will have to say, based off just this little bit of Spider-Man in Civil War, I'll see the movie. Definitely take my daughter to see the movie. As soon as it comes out, he did that good of a job. And I don't even remember this actor from anything, so he just totally floored me there. Now I know, going back to what I was saying previously about how good this movie is. Now, there is flaws. Like when I was talking about looking at the behind the scenes and watching the clips they're putting out of the truck flipping over, them fighting in the hallways, jumping out the windows, some of that was fantastic in the movie. But when you're watching the behind the scenes, they don't shake the camera. Every single punch, when they're fighting, every time someone gets hit, punched, kicked, flipped, for whatever reason, they vibrate the camera. I think that is probably the biggest flaw, to where, and it was so frequent, it was so overused, it was so damn much, I almost wish there's a way they could just correct that when they put it on the Blu-ray release, because you're talking about a movie that has a few flaws. There's a few scenes that are convenient, but for what it is, I think this was probably some of the most fun I've had in a movie theater since Mad Max. Mad Max, Star Wars, I did enjoy those too. But this was just very enjoyable. And this is coming openly from a perspective of somebody who is not geeked out about the Avengers. I like Iron Man. I loved the first Iron Man movie when it came out. Iron Man 2, I was like, meh. I didn't even see Iron Man 3. I heard some complaints about it, didn't even mess with it. Is there any more than that? I don't even know. I don't keep up with the Avengers, and this is what I'm trying to say. I don't want to make this sound like, why am I listening to this guy? He's not even a fan. I would be like the casual viewer who, I love the ideas, I think they're cool, but I just don't think there's that much suspense for me. A lot of suspense and tension, that's what draws me in. So when I go see a show about superheroes, sometimes I get extra picky, and that's why I don't like making review videos for them, because you go into a superhero movie and you know they're going to save the day. You know what I mean? You might have a couple casualties of people you don't even see because it's a building blowing up or whatever, but in the end, they'll save the day, you know? And it steals a lot of the suspense. Even with Civil War, the moment they first released the teaser, I knew of some of the comic book story. I did know of that because I watched some explained videos on YouTube just randomly. You know what I mean? I didn't know this was coming, but I was watching a few comic book videos and that came up. So I knew the idea of it, but as soon as the teaser came up, I'm like, see, now this, it'll probably be alright, but no one's going to die. Because when they showed the teaser, there was a Captain America's shield there, and it made it look like someone's dead. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember the first teaser. Maybe I'm just piling too much into it. But it was like, this is it. Someone will die. They're going to fight, and someone's going to die. And I knew that shit isn't going to happen. Going in, that's what I'm thinking. But they did it in a way where, even from the very beginning, there's a character that does something with her powers and it blows off a part of the building. And just the reaction, the actress and the way she did that, her little reaction there, felt so organic and genuine. It was the very first time in a superhero movie I was like, wow, I feel, I could feel and sympathize with the pain of the superhero who split-second decision made a mistake. Just a mistake of, and here's the thing, saved a lot of people, but that one mistake still killed a few people. You know what I mean? The actress did. I think she was a show stealer, even though she had not small role, but it was like a medium role. She did. It's Scarlet Witch. I don't know why I'm trying to be spoiler-free, beat around the bush here, but it's Scarlet Witch. I don't know. It was something about her. Perfect casting in this. Loved it. Absolute, not in this, but you get what I'm saying, in the character. And it's very early on. It's in the beginning where this scene happens, so it's not like a huge spoiler. But that one scene sets the tone for the rest of the movie, and it's real cool the way they do it, because you understand when they show Tony Stark in the beginning, you understand what eats at him, and you understand why he starts making the decisions he's making, and you understand, even though I'm on Cap's team all the way, based off just the politics behind it, not the specific superheroes, because I'm more of an Iron Man fan. If those two movies came out back in the day, side by side for the first time, I'd see Iron Man before I'd ever see Captain America, you know what I mean? He won me over. At this point, I'm like on my way to spend some time with family, and I'm like, I might stop by Best Buy and buy Captain America, Winter Soldier, the Avengers while I'm at it, Thor, the two Thors and the 3 Avengers movies, whatever the hell's out. I might grab them all. That's how good this movie was, in my opinion. At least I'm geeking out over it, because I know right now I'm buying it on Blu-ray. Like, I'm going to pick up this Tuesday, I'm going to pick up Deadpool, because I think that was just a fantastic movie for a comic book movie. And I'm doing the same thing with Civil War. When it comes out, I'm getting my little collector's set of Steelbook or whatever. That's what I shoot for, because I think this was, again, there's a few problems. Like the vibrating the camera, very problematic. I hated it. It was to the point where early on in the beginning, I'm like, I'm going to hate the fight scenes from here on out. This is horrible. And it might not bother you. It might not bother you at all. It might not bother a lot of fans out there. But for me particularly, I just... it was like someone was trying to rip my fingernails off. That's how torturous it was. I just hated it. I did not like it. Even right now, when a movie that I think is so enjoyable, so fun, or whatever, I hate it so much, but I can overlook it because, and that's a testament to how good the rest of the film is. We got family over, so sorry it's so loud, but that's a testament to how good the rest of the film is, because I hated that shit so much, vibrating with every single punch, and how many edits and cuts there was. There's 7 cuts with each one punch thrown, you know? It's like he pulls back, he's going, it's like cut all around the room. They show a speck of dirt on the floor. I am bitching more and over-exaggerating. It's not that bad, but I'm trying to show how something I can hate so much to the core of my body is overshadowed by how good and enjoyable the rest of the movie was. With that said, I can already see the moments they're going to pick out on like CinemaSins or wherever they pick out the flaws. Like, how is this camera here? How convenient in the middle of like a wooded street, you know what I'm saying? In the middle of nowhere, there's just a security camera or something. That's awfully convenient. There's stuff like that. There's a lot of convenient moments. No, there's not even a lot. If there is a lot, I didn't pick up on them because I was having too much fun sitting back enjoying the film. So with that said, I'm just going to shut up, because if I talk anymore, I'm going to go into spoilers, and I'm sure I missed a few things in this review, spoiler-free review, or it's just a discussion from somebody who's, I'm a fan of the ideas, not so much a fan of the executions all the time. I think that's the best way I can put it. Unfortunately, I know I'll probably get some flack with this, because I know a lot of the darker themes get a lot more hate, but I am more a fan of the darker themed movies, superheroes, you name it, horror, drama, anything, even comedies. Darker is better, in my opinion, for pretty much entertainment, only because that's what I usually enjoy more. With that said, I think this movie will win over a lot of fans. It was done very well. I mean, very, very, very well. And this is coming from somebody who just did not find much interest in these characters and their portrayal. I shouldn't say much interest, because I'll get them. I'll buy the movies. I'll watch the movies. I'll have fun, but I won't rush out to do it, if you know what I mean. I could take my time, But with Civil War, there was just something in those previews. And that's one more thing I'll say. Stop with the damn previews, Marvel. They probably blew so much money showing all these previews and promotional things, and they just did not have to. If you go back and look at all the little skits they put out, they shown almost everything in the entire movie, except for a few twists and turns. You know what I'm saying? And some of those you already see coming. I'm going to shut up. Listen, this is one enjoyable movie. This is definitely worth going to the theaters to watch, and then buying on Blu-ray when it comes out. 100% worth it. If I'm going to give it a rating, I'm definitely rating it. It's worth a buy and a visit to the theater. I'm going to shut up. Give me your thoughts and opinions in that comment box. If you have seen it, if you haven't seen it, please stay away from the comment box. I don't want you to get spoiled by anything we say. Thoughts and opinions down there. I'm done talking. It's your turn. Subscribe now.